people wonder why they can't do algebra. They can't do algebra because they can't do fractions. They can't do fractions because they wasn't taught or they didn't listen how to do fractions. I don't know which one it was.
I had seen that Z thing before, but this I never seen.
All right, so we're going to type the answer in so y'all make sure I know what I'm doing. And we'll get 501 over 375. And then I'll get somebody saying, why did you change that into a mixed number? Well, I must have done something wrong. Y'all check my math. Check answer. Check answer.
You didn't simplify it.
Then we didn't do something right.
You didn't simplify the answer.
Huh?
You didn't simplify the answer.
It should be already simplified. I did something wrong somewhere. Because it's not supposed to be. I've done something wrong. So I'm going to do it over. So let me do it over. I must have done something. Because you're supposed to get the least common multiple. Let me try it again.
Hold on.
15.
Is that on the other question? There's two questions, isn't there?
Huh?
Or is that the same thing? I can't see it.
Yeah, they're the same thing on both sides.
Okay. All right.
15, thank you, 75, and 125. 5, the 3, and 5 will go in there one time, 15, and 5 will go in there two times, 25. 5, 3, 3, 5, 3, 1, 1, 5, and 5, 1, 1, 1. Okay, that's 125 times 3 is 375. Okay, I must have done it. This must be one of those that you can reduce even. Usually when you do this, you don't have to reduce, but I don't see any other way to do it. Just one of those freaky things that happens.
At one time, then you had a 3 sitting up there,
Yeah.
and then you had the 5.
Say again? What?
At one time, you had the 5, the 3. You had the 3 sitting down.
Well, it doesn't matter where it is.
No.
It was right there last time.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about that. What did I get? 30 what?
You got
You got 501.
501 over 375.
501 over 375. Yeah, they basically divided by 3 on the top and the bottom. Usually you don't have to do that. 3 will go in there. 3 will go in there one time. That'll leave 20, which will be 6. That'll be 18, 21.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah. And then 125. So usually that don't happen. I guess because of all the 5s. I guess usually don't happen that way. Usually when you do that, you get your lowest. So just be on the lookout sometimes. I wouldn't take off too much for that. Believe you me, if you could do this and you change this and do three complicated fractions, I'll be very happy if you do that by hand. Very happy. I'm not worried about that too much. Some people say, well, why don't you change that into a mixed number? Mixed numbers are only used when? Unit of what?
Measurement.
Measure. Nobody ever uses 11/5 cups of flour. Nobody uses 11/5 gallons of water. You use 2.5 gallons of water, or you use 2 3/4 gallons of water. You never use 11/5. You only use mixed numbers when you have a unit of measurement.
Can
Okay.
I ask you, where did you divided those big numbers by 3, but where did you get the 3 from?
Because this is a 1 and 21, 3 goes into 21, and this is a 5, 3 goes into 15. Usually your 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Use those numbers. Okay, let's do a nerd. All right, that's a 10, a 125, and a 125. I'll write it down for you. So 108 over 125 plus 104 over 125 plus 7 over 10. That's the problem. Now you put it in order however you want to. Now, of course, you don't have to write 125 down twice. Okay? So our common denominator is what? 250. Every time I see a student multiply 2 times 10 times 1, they get 1250, and they'll get down to about the 3rd or 4th step and they'll quit. How many times will 125 go into 250? Well, 125 is 3 fives. How many times? 2 times. 2 times 108 is 216, Hubert. That's right, class. How many times will 125 go into 250? 2 times. 2 times 104 is 208. How many times will 10 go into 250? Well, here's your 10 right here. How many times?
25.
25 times. What's 25 times 7? I ask people what 25 times 7 is, they reach for a calculator. I ask them what 7 quarters are, they tell me it's $1.75. Without even looking at the calculator. Why is that? Same thing. 175. Now, how do you add these? Well, 200 plus 200 is what? 400. I'm doing this in my head because I don't want to rely on a calculator. And then you got the 175. This thing's not writing. What in the world? Did y'all just see that? I tried to write a plus and it did all that. It's a conspiracy. Plus 175 plus, what's 16 and 8? All that over 250. Now why did I do that? Because it's easy to add 400 and 175. That's what? 575.
And then 25 and take one.
Great job! You're picking it up. Some people go, what's 25 for? Anyway, some people are not getting it. But look, 575 plus 25 is what? $6. Take off 1, it's $5.99. I guarantee you there's somebody in here that's going, I never have seen that before. And then you wonder, huh?
You leave it at 0
Well, left off what?
on the bottom number.
Oh, well, sorry.
I was really confused.
There's somebody in here going, I've never seen 400 plus 175 plus 24. If you sit there and try to add these three numbers up in your head, you're going to go crazy. Oh, let's see, 6 and 8, that's 14, plus 5 is 9, then you got to bring you 1. It is so ridiculous how they teach students to add. You round, you take these two numbers and you go, okay, that's 200 plus 200. That's 400. Boom. Then that 175 comes down here because anybody can add 400 and 175, that's 575. And then that 24, that ain't 24, that's 25. 25 plus 475, or whatever, 575 is 600. And then you minus 1 is 599. Minus 1 comes from right there. I hope most of y'all have seen that before, but if you haven't, hopefully it'll help you out. So $5.99 over $2.50. I don't think that $5.99. That's going to be hard to. That's going to be hard to do, because the only thing that I would even think go into $5.99 would be 3, but I don't think 3 is going to go into it. Because 29. No, I don't think it's divisible, but I could be wrong. That 13. Don't forget 13 and 11. They could go in there too. Let's see. 55 would leave 49. No. So let's see what they get. 599 divided by 250. And we feel good about ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a special key you have to do for the fraction like you do for the caret?
I'm sorry, just the division, just the slash
Okay.
above the 8.
I don't know if there's like a special shift key.
No, you could just hit this button over here. Over here, there's a fraction bar right there. Well, I can't because I've already typed in the answer. I want to do another one, but I want to do another problem. There you go. Subtraction.
Ooh.
I quit. Too many fractions.
I feel like it.
Let's just quit. Too many fractions. Let's use a calculator. Be easier. Ain't got to use our brain. That way we can't make change. You ever seen one of those people that can't make change in the cash register? Give them 6 cents and they watch your head explode. 1 over 30 minus 11 over 40 minus 13 over 50. $30, $40, $50. Just multiply them all together. That'd be 30 times 40, that's 120. And 120 times 50, I have no idea. Be 600 or something. Just multiply by 600. Yeah. I'm going to let y'all do it. I have confidence in you. If you can't do it, just consider yourself what? A failure. You should quit school. Live in a ditch. What number goes into all three of them right quick?
5.
5. 5 with 2 also, but 5, they end in what? 0. When you got one that ends in 0, the natural one you go to is 5, but you could use 2 if you wanted to. That'd be a 6, an 8, and a 10. Now you can use your 2. 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 4, 1, 1, 5, 5, 1, 1, 1. Oh, there's our 10. We don't have another 10, but we got the next best thing, which is what? 20. Okay, now get your calculators out. What's 10 times 20? 200. Now, what's 200 times 3? 600. This one actually does come out to be 600. So, sometimes you can't help but getting the same as you multiply them through. But this is the good part. You don't have to think too much. How many times will 30 go into 600? Well, go over here and take out 30. 3 times 10 is 30. How many times? What's 4 times 5? 20. 20 times 1 is 20. How many times will 40 go into 600? We'll go over here and take out 40. What is 40? 2 times what? 20. Well, there's 20. And there's 2. How many times? 15. 15 times 11. Well, we need to just stop right there. We can't do that. 15. Darn it. 15 times 11. Well, 15 times 10 is what? And what's 15 times 1? Oh my gosh, 165. So 40 will go in there 15 times. 15 times 11 is 165. Now how many times will 50 go into 600? Well, you go over here and take off 50. Well, 5 times what? 10, and what's left? 12 times. 12 times 13. Oh my gosh. 12 times 12 is what?
144.
And 12 times 1? 156.
You need to teach kindergarten. If I would have learned this stuff back then, it would have been so much easier.
It's not a standard.
Yeah.
All right, now 20 minus 165. Well, 165 minus 20 is 140, right? Or 145. So that's negative 145 minus 156 over 600. Now, if you owe the electric company $145 and you owe the water company $156, what's the outcome of owing those two people? You still owe, you owe some money, don't you? You owe, so the answer is going to be negative. Negative means owe, for some of y'all who don't know that. And just add them up. What is it? 301? And then check. I don't think it's reducible but that's about a half. That's about 0.5 because 300 over 600 is what? 0.5. So your answer is going to be negative 0.5 something. But we don't ask for a decimal. It just says. So we do negative 301 over 600.
So if we're typing this in, you just put minus 301 divided by 600?
Yep. Just type in. I'm just going to type in negative up in the top right hand of the, and then 301 slash 600. And we feel good about ourselves. So we don't have to wear sunglasses inside the building.
Okay.
All righty, let's do. They ain't giving me a challenging one, so we're gonna try a challenging one. We'll give y'all some challenge and test questions. I like those. That last one was good. That was a good one, and that was a good one. So if y'all could do 39 and 40, 39 and 40, and do about 4 of each, it's similar exercise, you'll be good to go for those. But let's make a problem that's a little bit more challenging. Because I got to try to discourage you as much as possible. So,
You're doing a good job.
there you go. I'm ready to get y'all quit. All right, let's try 1 over 100 plus 3 over 20. No, let's don't do 3. Let's do 5. 5 over 27. Minus
Oh, boy.
1 over 25. We'll do a couple of these, and that way you'll have 3 or 4 in your notes to work on. I would quit if I was y'all. Ain't no sense in doing this. Make you think and better yourself. Just quit. What's 10 times 10? And what's 100 times 27? Oh, we got that without even using a calculator. But you could multiply 27 times 100 times 25 if you wanted to. Get some huge number. Now I'm going to do the middle one for you because that one's so difficult. 27 will go into 2700 how many times? 100 times 5 is? Now how many times will 100 go into 2700? 27 times 1?
Say 270.
Now 25 will go into 2700. Take your 25 out. How many times? Well, there's 4 times 27. Well, 4 times 25 is what?
100.
100. And then what's 4 times 2? I think that's right, isn't it? Be 108. 108 times 1 is? $27 plus 500 is 527 minus 108 over 2700. Now somebody tell me what 527 minus 100 is.
419. Minus 1.
You're not working with me. You're working against me. You're stealing my thunder and you're working against me. You're going to fail this class. All right. 527 minus 100 is what?
427.
427 minus 8 is 419.
Now you get that answer.
Now, what did you get? Try to steal my thunder. 419 over 2700. And some of y'all just did this without a calculator, and you're sitting there going,
You make
Oh
it
my
look so
God.
simple.
it is after you do 5 or 6 of them, you'll get it. It'll come. This is the secret right here. That's the secret. And that's why you need to work on 5.1 real good before you do these. But let's do a nerd. Allen,
Here.
Berg,
Here.
Biedenbender,
Here.
Bowens,
Yep.
Cowan,
Here.
Ebright, Edwards, Eubanks,
Here.
Hill, the Jones twins,
Here.
both of you. Jordan, Lawless, Morgan, Zana, Porter,
Here.
Rodriguez, Miss Smith.
Here.
Suchi, where are you? I'm trying to see who's who. And May was here. And Terry, Watts, and Wiley. Y'all get to leave early this week because I have my son this week and I have to. Well, what time's class over?
10.
Oh, okay. And I'll just let you go on time. Because I have to be at school at 2:30. Do you like to cook?
Sir?
Do you like to cook? People love your cooking. I mean,
My husband's heavy.
okay. When people ask you how to do a certain recipe, do you tell them a pinch of this or a pinch of that?
Usually.
Why?
Quarter cup.
Why don't you measure everything out?
Well, I've been doing it so long,
Say it one more time.
I've been doing it so long. Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
That's what you got to do with this. It's just like anything else.
Is that
so-
what am I on the right track?
That looks right, but I don't know. I've got to do this. So let me do this for you, and then you see if it's right or not. Because I made this up, so I don't know. One thing about my classes, I don't rehearse anything. Okay, oh, it's frozen. Frozen, take the roll. I'm still learning this new thing, so you'll have to bear with me. All right. 3, 27, and 300. 3, 1, 9,
100.
100. 3, 1, 3, 100. 3, 1, 1, 100. And you can do a 5, and that'd be a 1, 1, and a 20. 5, 1, 1, and 4. 2 to the second, 1, 1, and 1. And that 2 to the second can make a 10 here and make a 10 there. So we got 2 10s. What's 2 10s? 10 times 10 is 100 times 27.
2,700.
2,700.
All right.
Now, how many times will 3 go into 2,700? Well, 900 times.